I'm Michael Woolley, Director of Butler and Stag, here to talk about last year and how that went, and then also looking at 2018 and how that's begun. I think last year, there's no getting away from the fact it was a difficult year for most agents in London. Lots of different reasons for that. Obviously, there was a slowdown in the market, uncertainty with Brexit. But I also think London particularly has taken longer to settle down for a couple of reasons. I think one of the main reasons is the competition between estate agents in London, and I think lots of agents feel like they have to go in quite high in their valuations in order to win instructions, and in doing that, it gives the perception that prices have fallen, when in actual fact, if you look at Tower Hamlets last year, prices actually were very stable and held up fairly well. But if you're going on at 10% over what is the actual market price, you're inevitably going to have to reduce that in what is, a fairly stable market as opposed to a rising market. So where historically, if agents went in at 10% over, it sat on the market for 3 months, at some point you would get somewhere close to that asking price, and so that tactic worked. For the last 12-18 months, that tactic hasn't worked, and those properties have sat on the market, gathered dust, at some point been reduced, some have sold and some have ended up coming off the market. There's also been an element of sellers having a particular price that they need to achieve in order to make the move, and if they can't get that price, they're quite happy to stay put or rent the property out, and we saw a lot of that last year. So again, whilst there was uncertainty with Brexit and a natural slowdown in the market, I think that agents and sellers were to blame for a lack of activity last year. Going into 2018, it's too early, I guess, to confidently say how things are going to pan out, but there are definitely signs that there's been an increase in activity. If we look at our viewing figures for January 2018 in comparison to January 2017, we've seen a 7% increase in viewings. We've seen a 22% increase in applicants being registered, and we've seen a 12% increase in sales being agreed. So the early signs appear to be pretty good, and I think the most encouraging thing for us is that the sellers are actually starting to listen. So 2 examples last week for flats that we valued. We weren't the highest valuation on either property, but both sellers were prepared to listen, they wanted to sell. They came on at what I felt were competitive but fair prices, and both got their asking price within 3 days. And I think that's the market this year. If someone's really sensible and they want to sell and motivated to sell and they're prepared to listen, there's a perfectly good market and there's enough buyers out there to deal with the amount of stock. For those that are a bit ambivalent on the fence, I think it'll be the same as last year, and we're probably going to struggle to sell in this market. But anyone that's motivated, there's a perfectly good market, there's enough buyers, and the last few weeks have shown that things are looking fairly positive.